Oh my gosh. Yay. So you're local to me. I don't know if you know that. I actually live in Lehigh. So, very cool that another Southwest Florida person is on here. So I'm probably gonna recognize some locations and some things, which is always fun. So I am on your website, and first off, your work is beautiful. It looks like you sort of specialize in families and weddings, which is great. Okay, so we start out. Hello there. I'm Kelly, the lady behind the camera. I'm a Maryland native and have been in Southwest Florida since 2008. Proud wife of a firefighter and a mommy of 4. Okay, so first off, right here, I love that you say where you're from. However, we aren't ready to know about you yet. And that's a big thing, I think, with photography is photographers immediately go into talking about themselves. And I know it's like the easiest thing to do, right? Because like we are photography. It's what we do. But clients aren't ready to know us yet. They don't want to know what we do. They want to know what we can do for them. Okay, and I know there's like a subtle distinction between the two. So right now, as I'm scrolling down your main page, which is what someone's going to do when they come onto your website, is you're telling me here that you and your price are the most important things, and your work is last. Think about that. Like, this is all subconsciously working against you, okay? Your pricing, and then your work. Which one of these is actually the most important? Think about it, really. The answer's obvious, right? Your work is the most important thing here. Not you, no offense, and not your pricing. And in fact, your pricing is probably the least important thing, okay? And I'm telling you that because the most important thing is an emotional connection with your clients, all right? That's going to be the most important thing. Even secondary to your work, making an emotional connection is the best thing you can do, all right? Your website is basically like your business card, okay? So like think about, I don't know how old you are, but like 25 years ago, you would walk up to someone and, you'd see this beautiful, you'd see this woman out in public, and you'd see that pretty little engagement ring on her finger, and you'd be like, oh my God, you're engaged. Have you found a photographer yet? Like, that's so exciting. Congratulations, right? And she'd be like, oh my God, no, we're still looking for a photographer. It's really tough to, try and find someone local and someone good. I've gotten some recommendations. And you'd be like, oh, well, here, I'm a photographer. Here's my card, right? So you've already made an emotional connection. You'd make it in person, but that really doesn't exist anymore. Unless you're actively getting a booth at like wedding expos and things, you don't have the luxury of making those in-person connections anymore. That's what your website has to do. Your website is a replacement for in-person connections. So since it's a replacement, you have to make that connection via the written word. And that is really hard to do because most of us can talk about it all day. We can talk about our passion. We can talk about what we do. We can talk about how awesome it is. But it's really hard to put it down into writing. And I'll give you a tip on that later. But for now, we're going to keep going through this. Okay, so home portfolio. Well, we got a lot of portfolios, okay? Portrait packages, wedding packages, and contact. Those are your links up there. So where does this portfolio go? Okay, you have a top link, I think. If I click, okay, so you do have a top link. All right, so we'll look at that in a minute. Okay, so I am just gonna go ahead and click on these things. And hello, oh, so this is like your about you because you don't have an about up here. Okay, so you're gonna have to like rearrange a few things here. All right, so let's chat. Okay, I'm totally cool with this. And I'm starting with the easy part, all right? This is great. You do need a photo though. Because what are you? You're a photographer. So why isn't there a photo on this page? Right? This is like your last chance to show someone what you do is your Let's Chat page, right? We're kind of working in reverse here. We're going to start at the end and we're going to work back to the beginning. Tarantinoing it. You have to have a photo here. You're a photographer. You like the content is built in, right? You already have the work, so show it. Every single page on your website has to show your work, okay? Even if it's not a portfolio page, even if it's just a straight info page, you have to show your work. There needs to be a photo on this page, all right? Okay. Then we have your portrait pricing. Family maternity, fresh 48 kills proposal, blah, 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 blah. Mini, standard, deluxe. Okay. That's really pretty. Okay, honestly, this page is doing nothing for you. Just putting that out there right now. It's pricing, and that's fine. You can have a pricing page on your website, but I would hide this. I would not put all the information right out there for everyone to see. And honestly, your prices are relatively low for our area, quite honestly. So yeah, there's really, this reads like a menu, which is fine for after someone asks for your pricing. Your goal is getting them to contact you. You need the lead, right? You need someone to reach out and say, hey, I want more information about a session. And right now, they don't need more information. And your pricing, more than likely what is happening is your pricing is very much like the top of the low end, if that makes sense. So like, you have low pricing, middle, and high. You are in a weird area with this pricing because $275 is definitely low. But what's happening is there are lots of people locally that charge $275 for a full gallery. And please don't mistake me here. That is not profitable. That is not good. They are undercutting our entire local industry. So do not think that I'm condoning that by saying that people charge that. I just know that people charge that. And by you making that your lowest price, it automatically puts you in competition with them. Okay? That's just how it is. People are going to come on here, they're going to look at your pricing, and they're going to be like $275 for 5 images. Fuck that. I can go down the street and I can get $275. I can get a whole gallery for that from this person over here. Right? Like, they're going to have no reason to come to you. So what you have to do is differentiate yourself. Okay? So I do think your prices are too low. Your work is gorgeous. Gorgeous. There is no reason that your 5 images can't be $475. Seriously. Not kidding. $475 for 5 images. And then do $475, $575, $675 if that's what you want to do. Just same thing, $100 up each way. But $475 puts you solidly into our middle area. I really never had a problem booking the $400 to $700 range at all. And with your quality of work, I really don't think you would either. So seriously consider that. I know this is not about pricing, but when I see low prices, I do address it. Okay, so neither here nor there. If you want to meet up and chat in person one day, we can totally go grab a cup of coffee or something. I am always down. So you just shoot me a message and let me know. But anyway, I'm always down for coffee and socializing. So that's cool. Anyway, I would hide this page. Back to what we're actually on here. Hide this page. There's really no reason to have this live on your page and all broken down like this, because all it's going to do is let people price check and go back and forth and compare. And you don't want that. You want people to reach out, okay? So you should hide this page. Now, you have portrait packages and you have wedding package. So you have 2 pricing points listed up here, which is probably not your smartest thing. I'm assuming that this is also just wedding collections. And I am sorry, what just happened? Don't know if that was my internet or your website. Okay, here we go. We loaded. All right. So wedding packages, again, it's just going to, yep. Yeah, so honestly, this is not what you want your website to be, okay? Just straight up gonna tell you that. You need to not focus on pricing. Your work is beautiful. So focusing on pricing just makes that the most important thing. And that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is the emotional connection that you're going to make with people. So, okay, you need to hide these 2 pages, portrait and wedding packages. Both need to be hidden. You can keep them on your website to send to people after they inquire, but don't make them live on your website. Okay. Like I have a pricing page on my website, but it is not available unless I send someone the link to it. Okay. So like I have to actually send them the link before they can see it. And that I think is what you should do as well. Now, that doesn't mean you can't put information on your website. Okay. It doesn't mean you can't put starting prices or average investments or anything like that. You absolutely can allude to price. But I don't think it's benefiting you to just list it all out there at all, especially because I know our area and I know how terrible people are and how terrible price shoppers are here. So I never really had luck when I listed out my full pricing on my website, but I've had better luck putting starting prices or average investment. So definitely take that into consideration. Now, let's see what else we have here. You need an about page, okay? You need a link up here that is about you. And that's what this needs to go to, okay? You don't need to say hello there. But this whole thing right here, that's about you. That's really, I mean, the last line is sort of about your photography, but it's still you. It's still my style, my goal. That's still about you, okay? So expand on this and create a page that is literally about Kelley, about you, okay? And then this space right here, as we talked about, this is about that initial connection you make with someone. That if you saw someone in the grocery store and you wanted to walk up to them and talk to them about a session, would you just be like, hey, hi, I'm Kelley and I'm a photographer and I want to work with you? You're going to freaking scare them away, right? How would you approach them in the store? Think about that. Like really think about that. If you were to approach someone on the street, how would you do it? Because you're not just going to walk up and say, hi, I'm a children's photographer. Can I photograph you? Or hi, I shoot weddings. It's classic and relaxed and I love natural light and here's my card. Right? You're going to warm them up a little. Hey, oh my gosh, you're engaged. How cool. When do you have a date set? Oh man, that's so stressful. I bet you are just like having trouble finding vendors. Like, how's that going? There's stress points. There are problems that your potential clients are running into. And that is what you need to address. Okay? That is what this space right here that I've highlighted is for. And honestly, it only needs to be that amount. Like right there, you've got 5 lines? That's all it has to be. But it needs to be about your clients and what they are struggling with. Okay? Not what you do, but what you do for them. That is what that space needs to be. Also, instead of hello there, put family and wedding photographer in Southwest Florida. okay? Family and wedding photographer in Southwest Florida, or Southwest Florida family and wedding photographer, however you want to word it. But your top line right here, hello there, is pointless. It doesn't matter. They're here. Hi. Wonderful. Great. They don't care. Sorry. Sometimes I wish you could see the faces I make when I'm doing this, because I promise I'm not mean. But anyway, you have to put where you're located, obviously, and what you do. Okay, right here, big and bold, just like this. Hello there. But instead of hello there, put where you're located and what you do. And then make the emotional connection. And then from there, we're going to have to figure out now where we want people to go. Okay, because the ultimate goal, obviously, is getting them over to your contact page. But right now, you don't have a nice intermediate point to guide them to, because let me real quick show you my website. See what's going on here. And as long as I still have internet, my internet is not happy with me today at all. I'm honestly not sure what is happening at the current time. Okay, so what I mean by like an intermediate page is my goal personally is getting them from home to my session info to my contact. Everything else in between pulls back over to session info or contact, okay? Everything does. So that is my goal. Home, info, contact. That is my main path. Everything else leads back to that path, okay? So my homepage, I have my nice photos, and I have my emotional connection, and I ask them to learn more. Okay, I'm telling them where to go. I do then have a little blip about me, which is totally fine, but primarily my very first link is taking them to learn more. And the goal is an informational page. Now, I don't know if you have an informational page. It doesn't look like you do. So that is part of the problem. So my informational page talks about what I do. I'm an outdoor newborn photographer. It tells them what they get. It tells them how it works. And then it asks them to contact me. Okay, you see how that works. It's a very specific formula. Home, session info, contact. They can absolutely end up on my FAQ. They can end up on my About Me or my portfolio or about births, whatever. Wherever they end up is totally fine. It all links back over to this session info page. And I don't think you have anything like that right now. You do have your pricing pages, but those aren't like working with you, what you offer informational pages. I'm kind of hoping your portfolio pages might be that. God, that is gorgeous. Okay, so I am going to click here, and I'm not sure what we're gonna end up at here. Beaches, barns, elopements, and everything in between. You have no information on the page. Okay, it is literally just photos, which is fine. Okay, so here's what I think you need, okay? Rather than portrait packages and wedding packages, you need informational pages. You need 2 informational pages, all right? About working with you, all right? You see what I'm saying, okay? Don't worry about all of these. You're gonna hide this. It cannot be like this, all right? I'm gonna pop back over here. My informational page again. Emotional connection, talking about what you do and the benefits of it. Little blip about what they get. And you can totally say every session includes your session time, an online gallery, a selection of digital images, and a print release. Like, hi, you can list those things out without giving specific numbers. And you can say sessions start at $475. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that your sessions are going to start at $475 because that's what they should start at, because your work is beautiful and you're wonderful, and there is no reason for you not to be getting that at a minimum, period. So, you're welcome. Anyway, I think you need an informational page, okay? So yeah, your session, right? There's no session fee. It's included. Session fee included. Then a selection of digital files, a print release, and what else did I say in there? A custom online gallery, like however you want to word it, right? So put out there what's included, but don't necessarily break it down by price, okay? You don't have to put pricing in there. It's not necessary. Your work is beautiful. You need to really focus on the emotional connection, not the logical, okay? You don't want people comparing on price. You want them coming to you because they love your work and they love what you say and they make a connection with you. That is what you want. So then how it works, you can totally have some technical, right? Like once you reach out to me, we'll talk about things, we'll set the date. This is how long approximately sessions can take, any time from this to this. Within this time, you'll receive proofs. Sessions, see, I have an FAQ page, you don't, but that's fine. You don't have to, but you can say sessions start at $475. Let's talk, right? So you can totally say, let's chat, right? No big deal. Let's chat. And that page, again, like mine, has a bunch of photos already. It has at least 5 photos on it. So if they want to go look at your portfolio, they can totally go look at your portfolio. But you need 2 informational pages. Same thing with weddings. You need to make an emotional connection about weddings. What are they dealing with right now as a couple? What is she dealing with as a bride? Like, what's going on? How is it going with finding other vendors and a location? Like, it shouldn't be hard to pick your photographer. Like, this should be the easy part, right? So make it easy, but talk about it. Make the emotional connection and then ask them to contact you. Okay? And again, all your, you could say elopements start at $750 and the full day weddings start at $2,100. I mean, 6 hours is basically a full day. So, and then say, all packages include an on-site walkthrough of your venue, an online gallery, all your digital images, and an engagement session. Like, really easy. And just say that coverage starts at $2,100. See how simple that is? You don't have to give everything away. All right, so you do need 2 informational pages. I would hide the package pages, create new informational pages, okay? And they can be formatted like this. I mean, you can put information in little blocks like this with photos, information and a photo, information and a photo. It can be formatted this way. That's totally fine. But don't break it down like this. Just make your emotional connections. Make them want to contact you for pricing. Okay, that's the goal. Okay, so then from your home page, your goal is going to be, God, my internet absolutely hates me right now. All right, so from your home page, your goal is going to be fixing this paragraph and your top link here. And then you're going to say, choose your experience. Choose your experience. And you're going to have 2 links. Okay, you're going to have a link to wedding info and portrait info. All right, and it's going to link to those 2 new pages that you're going to create, the wedding info and the portrait info. All right, that is the goal right there. Now, your portfolio pages, that's where we're going to hit next. So your goal though, your goal for your website is going from home to an experience info page to contact. Home, experience, contact. Home, experience, contact. Okay? Past that, all your other pages on your website need to link over to one of the experience pages. Okay? So either portraits or weddings. So you have all of these portfolios. Let's see what's going on here. Because I know you have like this big portfolio page. Okay, so this is fine, but you do need some little direction up here at the top that says, choose the session type you're interested in, or choose the experience you're interested in. Okay, don't just have it be willy-nilly pick and choose. Give them a command. Okay, every single page has to have some kind of call to action. You have to tell them to do something. I know it seems obvious, but make it obvious. Okay, so make sure you are telling them, hey, this is my portfolio, but you need to choose the session type you're interested in, right? So then no matter what they choose here, weddings, couples, baby bumps, littles, seniors, family. Yes, I'm opening them all because I am a neurotic mess. So weddings, beaches, barns, elopements, and everything in between. Learn more about weddings. Have a little button here. This is learn more about weddings, and have it link over to your wedding info page. Okay? So even if they go straight from your home page over here and they click on weddings, you're still pushing them back over to that path. Home, experience, contact. You have to have a link here that says learn more about weddings, or learn more about the wedding experience. Okay, same thing here. Couples, it can really go either way here. Do you want to link them over to weddings, or do you want to link them over to your portrait information? This one's sort of in between. It's totally up to you. So again, you can have a little line up here. This is learn more about portraits, or you could have learn more about portraits, or learn more about weddings. I mean, you could link to both from this point. That's totally up to you. Or you can just link to one, but each one of these portfolio pages needs to link to one of your informational pages. So baby bumps, you could have a beautiful little paragraph, just 2 or 3 sentences about maternity photography and why this time of your life is so beautiful. There's no reason you can't have emotional connections on every single one of these pages. Seriously, just 2 sentences about pregnancy being this beautiful time of your life, and you might be throwing up and you feel terrible, but you're going to look back and you're going to be like, man, that was amazing and that was beautiful, right? Like, that's cool. Learn more about maternity session. Learn more about portrait sessions, and link over to that portrait info page, okay? Same thing, littles. Oh, look at the little babies. So, I love Koreshan. I love this barn. It's one of my favorite locations. So seriously, like, there's no reason for you to not put a little blip about kids growing up, and it only lasts so long. You only have like 18 years, right? Contact me, learn more, or no, not contact me, learn more about portrait sessions and link over to that portrait page, okay? Same thing with seniors. Do it again. Learn more about portrait sessions. Put a little blurb about seniors, a little paragraph, and learn more. Same thing. A little blurb about family sessions. Oh, especially these multi-generational ones and why they're so important. And learn more about portrait sessions. Every single one of these pages. I know I just said the same thing 6 times, but it's so important. Okay? It is so important that you have a little blurb and a link over to the info. And then from the info to contact you. Okay? So then we have, that's your whole website. I mean, your website is really simple. That is not a bad thing. Simple is good. Simple is great, honestly. Simple is wonderful. I love simple. And your branding is beautiful, and your photos are flipping gorgeous. Like, there's no reason that people aren't booking you from, well, I mean, there are reasons people aren't booking you from your website, but You're there. The bones are here. You've just got a little bit of work to do. You need words and you need to make emotional connections, okay? So, again, put your location, get your emotional connection, and then choose the experience you're interested in. Link them to either wedding info, portrait info. You're going to have to create 2 new pages, wedding info and portrait info, okay? I already broke that down. I'm not going to go through it all again. And then from those pages, you're going to have them contact you from there, all right? So home, info, contact. Now, up here, this menu needs to be in the same order as sort of how you want them to go through your website. So home, and then you can have portrait info, wedding info, about you, because we need an about you page now. You have to create an about you page. We want to see you. We need to see a picture of you. We need to see more about you. So we need an about you page. And also that needs to link over to one of those info pages. Okay? See what's happening? Everything's coming back to that path. And then your contact. Okay? So home, info, portfolio, about you, contact. That's your whole menu. It's beautiful, right? It's so simple. Like I said, you're almost there. You're really missing the emotional connection and that solid path, because right now your whole website is price focused. And that is doing you no favors at all, like 0 favors. So you definitely need to work on making an emotional connection and sticking with the emotional and getting away from that price focus. Okay, so that is your homework. Again, if you have any questions, reach out. And seriously, if you want to meet up for a cup of coffee or something, I am always down. I literally work from home. So I am typically free, especially in the mornings, as long as I'm not shooting. So, or doing this. So yeah, shoot me a message if you want. And you can always friend me on my personal page as well. I can, or, whatever. If you don't want to, that's fine too. No big. But yeah, so like I said, reach out if you have any questions, and good luck.